Hum biddy die yada da 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 da. Hum biddy die yada da 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 da. Hum biddy die yada da 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 da. Hum biddy die yada da 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 da. Hum biddy die yada da 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 da. Hum biddy die yada da 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 da. Hum biddy die yada da 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 da. Hum biddy die yada da 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 da.
Okay, would everybody please stand? Please be seated. My very happy task today is to give you, our ordainees, a blessing, and I shall do so presently, but I want to begin by acknowledging and fixing your attention on the blessing that you are giving to us. Less than a week ago, we read the book of Ruth, the last chapter of which contains this prayer for the son born to Ruth. May he bring renewal to your life and sustain you in your later years. And I'm citing this verse now because I cannot help thinking of it as I consider all that we, your teachers, have learned about the depths of your hearts, minds, and voices over your years here. And it expresses the blessing that we, your seniors, the blessing we're receiving at this moment. It's the blessing of confirmation that indeed Netzach Yisrael lo yishaker, that our hope for the perdurance of Israel is not a false hope. So know that you are bringing to our lives the gift of renewal, and you are bringing to us the sustenance as our years advance. And there's no greater gift that teachers can receive. And now, what is our blessing for you? It's a phrase from the Torah, v'chai bahem. You know, of course, that it was understood by our rabbis as giving us permission to prioritize our physical welfare over nearly all mitzvot. But I give you these words now as a blessing that deliberately expands the sage's vision in two ways. First, v'chai bahem, that the Torah that you will teach and that you will sing will infuse your own lives with renewal day after day, and that it will sustain you as your own years advance. But second, and even more crucially, v'chai bahem, that your Torah not only recognize and serve the needs of physical well-being, which is the classical understanding, but that the way in which you lead and teach may always make Jewish law more and more morally and spiritually livable. I both charge you and bless you with that steadfast commitment to be faithful seekers of God's will and servants of God's people. And I send you into the very, very privileged world and company of Avdei Adonai with these words from Kohelet. Kol asher timtza yadcha la'asot bechochacha aseh. Whatever it is in your power to do, do with all the strength and goodness that resides in your hearts and minds. Vihi Adonai imachem. May God accompany each of your steps. Amen.
I am overcome with emotion as we gather here today in the atrium. The one and only time we gathered as a community in this new space took place 16 months ago when we honored rabbis with an honorary doctorate for 25 years of service to the Jewish people. Felled by COVID-19, we have obviously not gathered as a community here or anywhere face to face. How fitting it is to mark the tentative emergence from this pandemic by ordaining our graduating rabbis and cantors in this beautiful space today. Being able to gather today fills me with gratitude. I'm so grateful that so many others, loved ones, friends, trustees, faculty, students, the larger community, are able to be with us, either present in this room or online. On behalf of JTS, I want to welcome all of you, those present and those watching, to this year's Tekes Hasmacha 5781-2021. This week's Torah portion opens with the words, Vayidaber Adonai el Aharon, el Moshe lemor, Daber el Aharon ve'armata elav, b'halotcha et hanerot el mul pnei hamenorah, ya'iru shivat hanerot. Speak to Aaron and say to him, when you mount the lamps, let the 7 lamps give light at the front of the lampstand. The 11th century commentator Rashi, building on an interpretation in Talmud Bavli Shabbat, not surprisingly was struck by the use of the word beha'alotcha to describe the kindling of the lights, since the Hebrew term conveys making the lights rise rather than plainly stating kashetadliku et hanerot, when you kindle the lights. For Rashi, this word usage implies that one must kindle the lights until the light ascends of its own accord. It's relatively easy to ignite a flame. What's harder to do is to light so that the flame stays lit over time. To Rashi, this is the goal of lighting the menorah that will grace the tabernacle. And isn't this the goal of every parent, teacher, and mentor? The goal that this moment of ordination represents for you, our dear students? Like the menorah, your minds and hearts have been ignited by Jewish learning, by the teachings of our faculty, the camaraderie of the JTS community, and especially of your classmates, the mentoring relationships you've developed with your deans, with faculty, and with the Jewish professionals that you've worked with in a variety of Jewish communal settings. You stand here today, each aglow in unique ways, and this will fuel your work as you light up the communities that you will soon serve. We're moved and grateful to have had a part in your education, training, and growth. We are so proud of all that you have achieved, and we cannot wait to see the impact that you will have on the communities you'll serve. Do stay close to us, stay close to JTS and to each other, and may you continue to be fueled throughout your lives by your JTS experiences and by the richness of our tradition. This is a bittersweet moment for the division of religious leadership as Rabbi Daniel Nevins completes a long and fruitful career as the Pearl Resnick Dean of the Rabbinical School and as the head of its division. For the last 14 years, he has worked unstintingly to deepen, enrich, and enhance the education and training of future rabbis and cantors, and they have profited greatly from his mentorship, scholarship, and devotion. I, too, have been personally nourished by his wise counsel, friendship, and collegiality, especially during the many years when we served side by side as fellow deans. The students, faculty, and community of the Golda Academy are so fortunate to have the benefit of your wisdom, your caring, your leadership as you assume the role of head of school. And we wish you well from the bottom of our hearts. It is now my pleasure to introduce Rabbi Stephanie Ruskay, Associate Dean of the Rabbinical School, and Cantor Nancy Abramson, Director of the H.L. Miller Cantorial School and College of Jewish Music, who will each offer a few words and introduce the student presenters.
We have the great honor of thanking you publicly, Rabbi Danny Nevins, for serving as Dean of the Division of Religious Leadership for the last 14 years. We'd like to share some of our favorite attributes of yours, things that we've learned from you and tried to emulate, and things we hope that you, our students, will bring with you as you go out to serve.
One only needs to receive an email from Rabbi Nevins to be reminded of the pureness of his soul and his ongoing commitment to pursue mitzvot. His email signature quotes from the Amidah, Petach libi b'toratecha u'v'mitzvotecha tirdof nafshi. Open my heart to your Torah so that my soul can pursue your mitzvot. We read this as a loving agitation to study regularly, to inform our actions, so that even our email would be elevated in its level of kedusha, of daily holiness.
And you do pursue mitzvot. New York City life can be hectic, yet if you knew that anyone in your orbit, student, lay leader, colleague, friend, was sick, grieving, or in need, you would arrive with food, a visit, a call, an invitation for a hike. You consistently show up in a modest and unassuming way.
You and Lynn also welcomed lots of JTS community folks into your home. From your regular Seudah Shlishit to orientation meals, you both were generous and comfortable hosts, inviting us in to eat, sing, learn, and daven.
Tefillah. You are committed to a robust prayer life. You arrive early, are ever present, attend prayer formats that are not your most natural, but no matter what, you are a person who davens.
We had the privilege of leading along with you. The tone you set was one of cooperative peers, not boss and staff. You gave us room to be ourselves and bring our gifts, and you were always there for backup if we needed it. And nothing gave you more joy, nothing gives you more joy than to cheer on our accomplishments.
You are a lifelong learner. It's possible that there's no other person here who can make the claim that each summer they read every book that is published by a member of the JTS faculty. But you did. You adore good scholarship, and you too are a scholar. You have dived into bioethics with an instinct about what will be cutting-edge questions for religious thinkers, a commitment to knowing the text, and the courage to bring them into relationship with real-life circumstances.
You make music, and you appreciate a variety of musical genres. At the end of a tough day, you would peek into my office to say you were closing your door to bang on your drums for a few minutes. And you frequently burst into my office to share a new piece of Jewish music.
You are a modern posek who has shaped this school and the future of the Jewish people. As a young rabbi, you participated in writing a tshuva that made way for LGBTQ Jews to become clergy people. You engaged in that project with a sense of humility and justice, reverence for your teachers, and love for the tradition. Recently, you wrote a reflection and update on how you think about these halachic questions now, inviting students to read it and share their reactions, which you shared in their names.
Before you loved Torah, you loved the outdoors. Only a dean who loved his students would raise money to create and lead a multi-day, Shabbat-included hiking trip. Through these trips, you fostered community, modeled that observant Jewish life goes wherever you go, and inspired deeper connection to nature among your students.
You are masterful at giving generous and gentle tochacha, rebuke. You say the hard things, but in a way that allows whoever is struggling to live with their dignity and tact. And you always reflect afterwards about what, if anything, you might have done differently.
In the song One Last Time from the musical Hamilton, George Washington explains to Alexander Hamilton, I'm not going to rap, if we do this right, we're going to teach them how to say goodbye. If I say goodbye, the nation learns to move on. Each of our students being ordained today will likely serve many communities during their careers. This year, you taught us and them how to say goodbye. With warmth, continued caring, and attention to detail, as you take on a new leadership role and take a role as cheerleader and mentor for us and our students.
It has been such a special honor to work alongside you these last years. In different ways for our different stages of career and life, you have become a mentor and a friend who has helped us each become better versions of ourselves. We thank you immensely and wish you joy and fulfillment in the next chapter of your life and career. We now invite up Vicky Badu and Kevin Peters to speak on behalf of the class.
Rabbi Nevins, please don't sit down.
Yeah.
Please join us here.
Yeah. No, the mask off is fine.
Between you?
Yeah. Rabbi Nevins, Danny.
Wow, you did it.
I did. I went for it. There are no words or gifts that could express how fortunate we feel to have been at JTS while you were dean of the Rabbinical School. A true Gadol Hador. I know that I'm speaking not only for our class, but for many years of JTS students when I say that you have been an exceptional teacher, administrator, counselor, pastoral care provider, listener, advisor, posek, spiritual guide, and I am sure the list goes on. You have worn different hats while participating in the formation of the next generation of rabbis. Though this is only a small symbol of our gratitude, we got you a gift, a piece of art with a Mishnah that represents the kind of teacher you are and how we as students see you. We commissioned an artist, Rabbi Beck Richman, to make the calligraphy inspired by the parochet in the Women's League Seminary Synagogue upstairs. We could not think of a better gift to give you than the gift that you have been giving to us all these years, Torah.
Wow. Oh, this is perfect.
Show the audience, show the audience.
Should I read it? You want to read it? You're going to read it, okay.
Rabbi Elazar ben Shemua Omer, Yehi chavod tamicha, chaviv alecha kishalcha, uchvod chavercha, k'mora rabacha, k'mora rabacha, k'mora shemayim. Rabbi Elazar ben Shemua said, let the honor of your student be as dear to you as your own, and the honor of your friend as dear as the reverence for your master, and the reverence for your master as the reverence for heaven. Rabbi Nevins, Danny.
You did it, you did it.
We, your Talmidim, your students, have written commentaries on this Mishnah in your honor, and Vicki and I would like to share a few of them with you now.
How do we show kavod? Like a song sung till its melody becomes a part of us. Such we show kavod by loving a person so they become a part of us, and the melody of their life entwines in our own.
What does it mean to honor one's students? Rabbi Nevins Omer. To learn with them, to learn from them, and most of all, to learn about them.
Nice.
That's good. You said it. Yeah.
About whom did Rabbi Elazar ben Shemua speak when he referenced your master, Rabbi Nevins, who honors friends, students, masters, and heaven in their due measure?
One who honors their students knows the meaning of the verse, Im ein ani li, mi li, ukshe ani la'atzmi, ma ani. If I am not for myself, who will be for me? But if I am only for myself, what am I? Thank you, Rabbi Evans, for knowing yourself and for centering the needs of others in your avodah. And thank you for all that you've done for us and for JTS. We have all been profoundly blessed to have you as our dean and as our teacher, and we in JTS are all the better for it. And these are your commentary.
Oh. Wow.
You're walking away with a lot of things to put in your new office.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh. What a joy. Okay, I'm going down. Okay, thanks. Oh, yeah. Down here. He's back. All right. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov v'hametiv. I praise you, God, for making life so good, for granting us students who are already wise teachers, colleagues who are cherished friends, community that elicits the best of us, and for the Torah herself, who directs us on pleasant paths, comforting us in sorrow, elevating us in joy, teaching us the ways of justice, righteousness, and peace. Thank you, all of you, for this beautiful tribute. It has been an honor to work at JTS for these 14 years. Yud Daled, like the Yad HaChazakah, the mighty hand, you've all strengthened me, and I hope that I've strengthened you in that journey. I'm grateful to Chancellor Eisen for inviting me back to JTS and appointing me to be the Pearl Resnick Dean, and to Chancellor Schwartz for those magnificent words. Thank you so much, and for assembling us here for our first post-COVID, God willing, celebration in our beautiful new campus. It is a joy to have my own rabbinical school dean, Rabbi Gordon Tucker, contributing his wisdom and menschlichkeit to our seminary once again. I've had the blessing of working with the greatest collection of professionals imaginable. The current DRL includes my dear friends, Cantor Nancy Abramson, Rabbis Stephanie Ruskay, Jan Urbach, Naomi Kalish, Rafi Cohen, Morty Schwartz, Matt Berkowitz, Dr. Jason Rogoff, as well as Ms. Rita Gordon. Rabbi Julia Andelman, has played an essential role in supporting all of our seniors this year, and I just want to thank all of you. I want to recognize my successor, Rabbi Jan Urbach, who has done extraordinary work producing this ceremony today, and who will be a wonderful leader for our division in the year ahead. Chizki v'imsi, be of strong heart and good courage. You've got this. Please allow me to recall the other wonderful professionals with whom I have worked at the DRL, starting with Rabbi Michal Springer, who is here with us, and Rabbis Lisa Gelber, Charlie Savinor, Dave Levy, Joel Alter, and Ariella Rosen. In addition, I have enjoyed working with my fellow deans and administrators, the renowned JTS faculty and staff, and many cantors and rabbis in the field who have played essential roles in teaching and mentoring you, our students. I can't name them all now, but every one of them deserves our gratitude for creating this community of Torah. The lay leaders of our DRL Advisory Board have become close friends, and I thank Barry Lavelle, our chair, for being my thought partner and supporter through many important projects and transitions. None of us is an island, and one of the best parts of being a Jewish professional is that our family shares our work. That's also one of the hardest parts of the thing, especially for them, because our work never ends and because they too are personally invested. I'm so grateful that my life partner, Lynn, is here with us today, and that our spectacular kids, Talia, Lior, and Sam, my father and teacher, Dr. Michael Nevins, and our extended family are all out there joining the celebration of our graduates and their families. I love you all, and thank you for helping me to do my holy work. Now, finally, let's turn our attention back where it belongs, to our 5 extraordinary new cantors and our 15 amazing new rabbis. Daniela, Eliana, Erica, Jacob, and Mira, you are artists who bring beauty to our sacred tradition, interpreting received music and composing new work. When you lead us in prayer, the heavens open to receive your songs. Psalm 42, verse 8 says, "By day may the Lord accompany you with love, so that by night your song will remain with me, a prayer to the God of my life. Yomam yitzaveh Adonai chasto, uvalayla shiro imi, tfilah le'el chayai." May you feel God's love resonate in your prayers, and may your songs fill the lives of our people with purpose and joy. As for our graduating rabbis, Abby, Ben, Blair, Chaim Eliezer, Deborah, Emily, Jonathan, Kevin, Marcel, Margot, Maya, Noam, Shani, and Vicky, let me start with a line from the tractate that you've just completed studying, Chagiga. At 14a, it says, "Who is wise? The student who makes their teachers smarter. The chacham ze talmid hamachkim et rabotav." This aphorism from your chosen tractate well describes you all, a remarkably talented group that arrived full of questions, sharpened your teachers, and now departs with even more questions, but also with spiritual responses that will enlighten and encourage our people everywhere. May your students enlighten you as you have enlightened us. I would like to share 2 more insights from Tractate Chagiga, which I believe address both our cantors and our rabbis. In one of the mysterious passages of the tractate, we read about exceptional students who study the secrets of the divine chariot, the Merkava. As they do so, remarkable phenomena begin to occur. Fire comes down from the sky, trees burst out in song, clouds form, a rainbow is seen, and the angels stop to listen to the proceedings. Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai exclaims, "Happy are you, happy are your families, happy are my eyes to have seen such wonders." He continues, "I dreamed that you and I were sitting on Mount Sinai, and a heavenly voice called out, "Climb higher, come up here, climb higher, come up here, alu lakan, alu lakan." Now, everything is set for you and your students to join the third rank. Now, I've climbed mountains with a whole bunch of you, but I've never witnessed anything quite like that. Still, when each of you shares your Torah, remarkable things do occur. I imagine that for you too, the angels stop to listen with wonder. And I know for certain that your parents and other relatives, your partners and friends and faculty feel happy that our eyes have witnessed your growing skill as leaders of our people. In Midrash Bereshit Rabbah, Reish Lakish says that our ancestors became God's chariot in the world. Ha'avot hein hamerkava. I say to you, our new cantors and our new rabbis, may you also become chariots of God, conveying divinity with you wherever you go, opening hearts and minds to glory and wonder, praise, and thanksgiving. I'd like to close with the end of Tractate Chagiga, a discussion of the purification of the temple vessels following each festival. Only the 2 altars were exempted from this purification requirement, since they never became impure. The smaller incense altar was made of acacia wood and plated with a thin leaf of gold, as thin as a coin, ka'ovi dinar zahav. Again, Reish Lakish says that while you might expect that the wood will become damaged through the intense heat of the fire, it wasn't so. He says that just as the acacia wood could bear the heat, so too can the people of Israel survive all of our challenges. And why? Because they are filled with mitzvot, like a pomegranate is with seeds. Shmle'in mitzvot karimon. Notice that this tractate concludes not with praise of the sages, but with praise for our people. Realize that your job is ultimately not to dazzle others with your glorious voices, though they are glorious, and with your deep wisdom, though it is deep. No, your task as cantors and as rabbis is to cultivate the spiritual life of our people, to fill them with purpose and devotion and joy, like a juicy pomegranate. You've got this. On that very page, there is a comment by Tosfot that I love about the strange phenomenon of a fire that does not combust wood. Moses wonders how a thin leaf of gold could protect the acacia wood from damage. God says to Moses, there is a different kind of fire, Eish Shalmala, a heavenly fire that illumines but does not destroy. This is the fire of the burning bush, the emblem of our beloved seminary. It stands for a passion that lifts up instead of tearing down, that burns with hope, not hate, that meets people where they are and transforms their lives indelibly. This is the snesh enenu ukal, the bush that is not consumed. My charge to you, our beloved students and teachers, colleagues and friends, is to burn with positive passion, to apply your prodigious talents and devotion to the needs of our people, to reflect the light of heaven, to become chariots of God. Happy are you, happy your families, happy your teachers, happy our eyes to have witnessed this day. May God bless you with health and joy. May God prosper the work of your hands. Amen. Okay. Thank you all. And now it's time to bless our graduates. They're seated with wonderful guests, family, and friends. We ask them to take some private time now to offer blessings and to present them with their beautiful talit, at the end of which we will say the Shechianu. now coming to our conclusion of this stage, and we're going to say the Shechianu prayer over the new garment. The garment, of course, is symbolic of your role as religious leaders, like Aderet Eliyahu, the cloak of Elijah, which transfers to Elisha, his student. Let's together say the blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'gianu lazman hazeh. For the ordination of our cantors, I will be joined on the Beitin by Cantor Nancy Abrams, Director of the H.L. Miller Cantorial School, and by Chazan Natasha Hirshhorn, our choral director and cantor of congregation Anshe Chesed, where I belong, who are going to make our Beit Din. Then for the rabbis, I'll be joined by Associate Dean Rabbi Stephanie Varskey and by Rabbi Jan Urbach, the director of the Bach Kolker Center for Spiritual Arts and the incoming interim dean of the Rabbinical School Division of Religious Leadership. We begin now with our new cantors.
We call on Mira Nicole Davis.
Going
on that X over there.
Yikareh Shemech b'Yisrael, hachazan Sipora Devi bat Yisrael Mendel ubracha Shira, Naim Zmirot b'Yisrael.
Let your name be known as Cantor Mira Nicole Davis, a sweet singer in Israel.
Mira, what a joy to know you as a child, teenager, young woman, and now colleague. May God bless you in all that you do. Yishlach beracha v'hatzlacha b'chol maaseh yadayich.
We call on Eliana Rachel Kistner.
Yikareh Shemech b'Yisrael, hachazan Eliana Rachel, bat Shmuel Chona v'chayalit, Naim Zmirot b'Yisrael.
Let your name be known as Cantor Eliana Rachel Kistner, a sweet singer in Israel.
Dear Eliana, today is not just a simcha for you. It's a simcha for Knesset HaChazanim, for Klal Yisrael. So mazel tov to us, and mazel tov to you.
We call on Daniela Shlomit Riesman.
Yikareh Shemech b'Yisrael, hachazan Daniela bat Leib Zelig v'Tova, Naim Zmirot b'Yisrael.
Let your name be known as Cantor Daniela Shlomit Risman, a sweet singer in Israel.
Daniela, may the songs of your mouth always grow from the meditations of your heart. May they nourish your soul, and may they ever be a source of delight, healing, and peace for God and for the lucky community you will serve.
Amen.
We call on Jacob Hillel Sender. Woo-hoo!
You can take off your mask and you stand on the X.
Yikareh Shimcha b'Yisrael, hachazan Yaakov Hillel ben Yitzchak Halevi v'Chana, na'im zmirot b'Yisrael.
Let your name be known as Cantor Jacob Hillel Sandler, a sweet singer in Israel.
Jacob Chazan Sandler Mazel Tov, may your beautiful and soulful davening and ruach-filled songs serve to inspire the generations of Jewish people to come.
Cantor?
We call on Erica Elisa Velasquez.
Yikarei Shemech b'Yisrael, HaChazan Shira Aliza, Batsuri El Elad Va'aviva, Na'im Zmirot b'Yisrael.
Let your name be known as Cantor Erica Elisa Velasquez, a sweet singer in Israel.
Erica, your holy essence has always been revealed through your song and your smile. Now, as Chazan Shira Aliza, you have the keys to unlock the heavens and our hearts. May you inspire countless others to pursue a relationship with God as you have. Mazal Tov.
Thank you. Mazel tov to all our new cantors, and thank you so much to Chazan Hirshhorn and to Cantor Abramson. I now invite Rabbi Ruskay and Rabbi Urbach to join me to make the Beit Din for our rabbis.
We call on Shani Abramowitz.
Yikarei Shemech b'Yisrael, Harav Shoshana Ariel, Bat Harav Shimshon Nisan, V'chana Shifra, V'chacham Tikarei, V'rav Tikarei.
We bestow upon you the title Rabbi Shani Abramowitz. Be a wise rabbi in Israel.
The Torah describes King David to be skilled in music and sensible in speech, Yodea Nagenu Navon Davar, and notes how God was with him. Shani, you, like David, are a wise poet. May the wisdom of your poetry and the poetry of your wisdom continue to nourish and uplift you and those you serve, and may God always be with you.
We call on Victoria Badu.
Yikarei Shemech b'Yisrael, Harav Chava Belachen Bat Sarah, V'chacham Tikarev, V'rav Tikarei.
We bestow upon you the title Rabbi Victoria Badu. Be a wise rabbi in Israel.
Vicky, may you never lose sight of the top of the mountain, but never forget that your passion for Torah, your thoughtful wit, and your humble excellence are needed to inspire us at the foot of the holy hill.
We call on Emily Diane Cobert.
Yikarei Shemech b'Yisrael, Harav Ita Duba, Bat Simcha Avraham, V'chana Elisheva, V'chacham Tikarei, V'rav Tikarei.
We bestow upon you the title Rabbi Emily Diane Cobert. Be a wise rabbi in Israel.
Emily, our rabbis teach that the study of Torah is equivalent to all of the mitzvot? If so, then the teaching of Torah is the ultimate expression of that mitzvah. You are blessed that you are a rabbi and a teacher of Torah.
We call on Chaim Eliezer Edelstein.
Yikarei Shimcha b'Yisrael, Harav Chaim Eliezer ben Abraham v'Sara, v'Chacham Yikarei v'Rav Yikarei.
We bestow upon you the title Rabbi Chaim Eliezer Edelstein. Be a wise rabbi in Israel.
Chaim Eliezer, may you one day look up and find yourself surrounded by Hasidim, kind and pious people who have gathered around you not only for the Torah book learning you teach, but for the way you help them feel their own souls as their Rebbe.
We call on Ben Fried.
Yikarei Shimcha b'Yisrael, Harav Binyamin Shoshan ben Gabriel ve'Ilana, v'Chacham Yikarei, v'Rav Yikarei.
We bestow upon you the title Rabbi Ben Fried. Be a wise rabbi in Israel.
Ben, Tehillim Psalms could have been thinking about you when it suggests Ivdu et Hashem b'simcha, serve God with happiness. Bo'u lefanav birnana, come into God's presence with shouts of joy. Whether you tap your teaching, talk it, or tape it, may your Torah continue to be filled with the special joy and humor, wisdom and human connection that is uniquely yours.
Nice.
We call on Marcel Hull.
Yikarei Shemech b'Yisrael, Harav Miriam bat Avraham v'Sara, v'Chacham Tikarei, v'Rav Tikarei.
We bestow upon you the title Rabbi Marcel Hall. Be a wise rabbi in Israel.
Harav Miriam bat Avraham v'Sara, may Torah Chesed, the Torah of loving kindness, be ever on your tongue, and may your prayers come from the heart and enter the heart, bringing comfort and healing wherever you lead. We call on Margot Hughes Robinson.
Yikarei Shemech b'Yisrael, Harav Tzipora bat Avraham v'Sara, v'Chacham Tikarei, v'Rav Tikarei.
We bestow upon you the title Rabbi Margot Hughes Robinson. Be a wise rabbi in Israel.
Margot, Rabbi Yehuda taught in Leviticus Rabbah, Allah Elohim be truah. May you be blessed to cause God to rise from the seat of stern judgment and ascend to the seat of loving mercy through your work at Truah.
Nice. Got it.
We call on Noam Ezra Kornsgold.
Yikarei Shimcha b'Yisrael, Harav Noam Ezra, Ben Harav Yehoshua Moni, V'chaya Leah, V'chacham Yikarei, V'rav Yikarei.
We bestow upon you the title Rabbi Noam Ezra Kornsgold. Be a wise rabbi in Israel.
Noam, my son, may you be guided each day by the words of the prophet Micah. Asot mishpat v'ahavat chesed v'hatznei lechet im Elohecha. Do justice, love kindness, and walk humbly with your God.
We call on Deborah Francis Megdal.
Yikarei Shimech b'Yisrael, Harav Tzipora Tzirl, Bat Dov Baruch Miriam Penina, V'chacham Tikarei, V'rav Tikarei.
We bestow upon you the title Rabbi Deborah Francis Megdal. Be a wise rabbi in Israel.
Harav Tzipora Tzirl, Ahava Rabbah, abundant love. May you feel sustained by divine abundant love as you sustain others with your open heart day by day.
We call on Blair Nosenwish.
Yikarei Shimech b'Yisrael, Harav Bar Yehudit, Bat Ben Sion v'Yasala, V'chacham Tikarei, V'rav Tikarei.
We bestow upon you the title Rabbi Blair Nosenwich. Be a wise rabbi in Israel.
Blair, you live, teach, and pastor with a deep respect for Torah and a spiritual light that illuminates everyone embraced by you and lucky enough to learn from you. Your love of people and Torah and full awareness of yourself is calming and deeply inspiring.
We call on Benjamin Sayville Pearlstein.
Yikarei Shimcha b'Yisrael, Harav Binyamin Tzvi, Ben Sender v'Nechama Esther, V'chacham Yikarei, V'rav Yikarei.
We bestow upon you the title Rabbi Benjamin Sayville Pearlstein. Be a wise rabbi in Israel.
Harav Binyamin Tzvi, may your attunement to the sublime continue to enrich your inspiring participation with the Kadosh Baruch Hu, the Holy One of Blessing, in enhancing the Kedusha, the holiness of this world.
We call on Kevin Peters.
Yikarei Shimcha b'Yisrael, Harav Akiva Ariel ben Moshe, V'chacham Yikarei, V'rav Yikarei.
We bestow upon you the title Rabbi Kevin Peters. Be a wise rabbi in Israel.
Harav Akiva Ariel, Haneshama lach v'haguf po'alach. The soul is yours, and the body is your handiwork. May you always feel blessed by your embodiment, able to draw on all of who you are to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the Holy One of Blessing.
We call on Jonathan Lewis Posner.
Yikareh Shimcha b'Yisrael, Harav Yonatan Lev, ben Chananya Baruch, v'Naomi, v'Chacham Yikareh, v'Rav Yikareh.
We bestow upon you the title Rabbi Jonathan Lewis Posner. Be a wise rabbi in Israel.
Jonathan, Dalifnei mi'ata omed. May you continue to share your Torah with a keen awareness of your own center and of those before whom you stand, the community you serve, the individuals you support, your own heart, and God, whose presence will nourish you wherever you go.
We call on Abigail Shira Weber.
Yikareh Shemech b'Yisrael, Harav Avigail, bat Yosef v'Devorah, v'Chacham Tikareh, v'Rav Tikareh.
We bestow upon you the title Rabbi Abigail Shira Weber. Be a wise rabbi in Israel.
May God bless you, Abby, in this crossing over to become a rabbi, to know Karov elayich hadavar me'od. The Torah is very close to you in your mouth and in your heart. May God bless you with the faith and audacity to be the one willing to cross the sea, to teach it and live it.
We call on Maya Eden-Zinko.
Yikareh Shemech b'Yisrael, Harav Maya Eden, bat Harav Moshe, v'Harav Elka, v'Chacham Tikareh, v'Rav Tikareh.
We bestow upon you the title Rabbi Maya Eden Zinko. Be a wise rabbi in Israel.
Maya, may you embrace all three of our Berchot HaTorah in your rabbinate. The toil of La'asok B'divrei Torah, the comfort of Noten HaTorah, and the joy of V'ha'arevna.
And now we ask all of our new cantors, all of our new rabbis to rise and say together Kaddish de Rabbanan, the prayer we say as we conclude a period of study. Yitkadal, Yitkadash, Mei Rabbah, Yalma, Divrach, Hirutei, Yamich Machutei, V'chayechon, V'yamechon, V'chayeh, V'chol Beit Yisrael, Pagala, Zman Karim, V'imru, Amen. Yehesh Mei, Ram V'rach, V'lam Mei Amen. Yiparach, Yishtabach, Yipa'ar, Shomam V'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, V'yitaleh, V'yitalal, Shmei Kudsha B'rihu, La'ela, Min Kol Birchata V'shirata, Tush B'chata V'nechamata, Tamiran V'alma V'imru, Amen. Al Yisrael, V'al Rabbanan, V'al Talmidehon, V'al Kol Talmidehon, V'al Kol Man V'askin V'oraita, Di Ba'atra Hadin, V'di B'chol Atar V'atar, Yehei L'hon L'chon, Shlam Arava, China V'chista V'rachamim, V'chayin V'yichin, Zanav V'yicha, V'forkana Min Kadam V'hon V'bishmaya V'imru, Amen. Yehi Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya, V'chayin Tovim Malenu V'al Kol Yisrael V'imru, Amen. Oseh Shalom V'mromah, Hu B'rachamav Ya'aseh Shalom, Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'imru, Amen. Mazel tov.
behalf of the Rabbinical Assembly
and on behalf of the Cantors Assembly, we would like to share greetings from our organizations.
We rabbis want to welcome those of you being ordained as cantors.
And we cantors want to welcome those of you being ordained as rabbis.
While you may be welcomed into the Rabbinical Assembly
or the Cantors Assembly,
it is only by partnering together that we will truly impact the conservative Masorti movement.
You are being ordained at a time of great opportunity. And so we would like to share with you two final blessings.
This charge to Shlomo reflects the courage needed for success. Just as he was tasked with building the first temple, it is our task to strengthen and even build the new institutions necessary for the future of the Jewish people. So, as David said to his son Shlomo, Chazak ve'amatz ve'aseh, al tira ve'al techa ki Adonai Elohim Elahai imach. Be strong and of good courage, and do it. Do not fear or be dismayed, for the Lord God, my God, will be with you.
Amen. And in a paraphrase to Psalm 119, verse 169. Tikrav rinatchem lifnei Adonai, ki dvaro havinenu. May your expression of gratitude, connecting the infinite and one another, reach the hearts and souls of all you are privileged to serve in the years to come.
Amen.
Mazal tov!
Mazal tov.
Mazal tov.
Mazal tov. My beloved students and friends and colleagues, I am so excited.
I am so excited for each of you to bring your unique talents and perspectives to serve the Jewish people and the world.
For you to become our new cantors and our new rabbis.
Congratulations on this momentous occasion.
This is a wonderful day when you move from being students to teachers.
To lead our people with your beautiful neshamot, with your wonderful souls, with all of your wisdom and your skill and your compassion.
Congratulations to all of our newly ordained cantors and rabbis.
I'm confident all of the Chazanim and Rabbanim we ordained today will enrich communities wherever they serve.
Thank you for sharing all of your wisdom with me.
It's such a pleasure to learn with you.
Such a joy and such a blessing to learn with you these past years.
What a joy to work with you, and now to call you colleague.
I welcome you to the chain of tradition of our rabbis and our teachers.
I have so many wishes for you. I have so many hopes for you. So many hopes are resting upon you.
Alu v'atzlichu, tizku lemitzvot ulaharbit Torah barabim.
May the holy words you speak and the fervent prayers you chant be a catalyst for bringing hope, comfort, justice, and beauty to our world.
May God delight in the song of your soul and the Torah of your heart.
May you love Torah as much as you do right now.
May your learning sustain you, and may you grow in wisdom as you lead.
May you keep learning and growing.
Be ayef v'yagea b'Torah, to continue to immerse yourselves in Torah Lishma.
May you love teaching Torah as much as you do right now.
May all you have learned at JTS shape your unique voice and Torah in the world.
You're going to bring so much beautiful Torah to so many people.
And may your passion for transmitting our glorious culture and sacred teachings only grow stronger as the years go on.
Bring that gift to Jewish communities all across North America and the world.
May all of you merit to share your love for Torah study with others, so they too will experience the revelation inherent in Torah study.
And may your blessings bring you more blessing.
You are a blessing. You're going to be a blessing for our people for many, many years to come.
May God bless you in all that you do.
Hashem yeh lachem machzeh u'metzudah. May God ever be your source of protection and fortitude.
May Torah and God's presence accompany each one of you as you head out into the world.
I bless you with the presence of mind to stay true to yourselves,
through all the professional and personal challenges ahead.
I wish for you a life and a career filled with happiness.
May you be blessed with good health and an open heart.
Good health, loved ones.
Stay close to the people who know and love you the most, even as your circles expand.
And an understanding that you are doing important work that matters, work that is significant.
I wish you strength, resilience, and vision as you embark upon this next stage of serving the Jewish people in the world.
May you serve with joy and lead with humility and courage.
May you know that it's okay not to know, and may you know that you have so many of us cheering you on in your corner.
I want to wish you what the Rabbi of Brisk, Chaim Brisker, said to his community, Aro da Wellen helfen Jiden. A rabbi should want to help Jews.
And may you love the Jews and non-Jews with whom you're going to be teaching and learning Torah.
May you find meaning and joy in your holy work.
I wish you many years of creative engagement and warm reception in the communities you serve.
אני מאחלת לכם הצלחה בדרככם, ושאהבת התורה, אהבת השם ואהבת ישראל יהיו נר לרגליכם תמיד.
And I hope that you will have much satisfaction and joy and all good success as you're in your new lives as cantors and rabbis.
We wish you all bracha v'hatzlacha b'chol ma'asei yideichem.
Yishlach bracha v'hatzlacha b'chol ma'asei yideichem.
Wishing you so much bracha and hatzlacha as you set out on this sacred journey.
May your journey ahead be filled with blessing, with continued learning, and with an abundance of joy.
אני מאחל לכולם בהצלחה בהמשך הדרך, ושתזכו להגדיל תורה ולהדירה.
Wishing you all the best of luck, and I look forward to hearing about all the wonderful work you will do.
Wishing you all the best in your next steps, and stay in touch.
It is indeed an honor to call you a colleague.
מאת אדוני הייתה זאת כי נפלט בעינינו, זה היום עשה אדוני, נגילה ונשמחה בו.
This is a wondrous day indeed, a gift from the divine, a day for rejoicing. As we conclude our tekes momentarily with our final blessing, I'll just ask us to please remain at our seats until our new cantors and rabbis recess out with the Sefer Torah, and then we'll all have an opportunity to gather at Sakura Park just up the block on 122nd Street for a celebratory picnic. We're going to close with Birkat Kohanim, the priestly blessing from yesterday's Torah reading. In addition to the beauty and the meaning of the words themselves, there's another reason why we want to close with this. The Talmud interposes into the divine command to bless the requirement that the blessing be offered be'ahava, with love. I think our sages intuited that the way to become a channel for divine blessing, for the divine presence, is through love. And that's how we want to send you off today. Our remarkable, inspiring, crazy, talented new rabbis and cantors, and all of you who have nurtured and supported them all along the way with our love. So I'll ask our Chancellor and Vice Chancellor and deans and teachers to rise, please, and join me in blessing this entire community with Birkat Kohanim. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha. Shalom. May Adonai bless you and keep you. May Adonai shine the divine countenance upon you and be gracious to you. May Adonai lift God's face toward you and grant you peace. Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
מושלים בקרב תבל, מלאים זיו ויקינוג, ענאי זיוון בכל העולם, שמחים בצאתם וששים בבוא, עושים בהם הרצון כולם. לזכר מחותו, קרא לשמש ויזרח אורה, והתקין צורת הבנה, שבח לא נמלוך כל צבא מרום. תפארתו גידול השרפים ויובלים וחיות הקודש.
נד בחר קונצץ בגני, כמשון ימה וכמה, ועלי יבלי נחלים, מה הדסי נץ וגמל. נד בחר קונצץ בגני, כמשון ימה וכמה, ועלי יבלי נחלים, הדסי נץ וגמל. נד בחר קונצץ בגני, כמשון ימה וכמה, ועלי יבלי נחלים, הדסי נץ וגמל. קומצץ בגני, כמשון ימל וכמל, ועלי יבלי נחלים, ההדסי נץ וגמל. נד בחר קומצץ בגני, כמשון ימל וכמל, ועלי יבלי נחלים, ההדסי נץ וגמל.